we are. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome to live readings for today. So normally we don't have class on a Monday, but we do today because your chalices were stuck at the Los Angeles harbor. All the tools have been shipped, so everybody should have everything for tonight, but that's why we're having readings on a Monday. But I'm very happy to be with you. I don't always get to read for you in the window of full moon, so that makes the energy even juicier. So I've been smudging a little bit. Hopefully you have too. I've got a new deck today that I'm pulling cards from. I've ordered a couple of new decks. I think I have a new one for Wednesday too. And of course my deck is coming at some point here. We've been waiting since December. So anyway, welcome in. It's great to see you today. This is the deck. Who's the author? There's no author on this. Seriously. The deck is called Namaste. I liked the elephant. But I actually think it's a cute little deck, but there's no author. But they're on Amazon. They're called Stress Less Cards. Because dissolution is stressful, as we're going to talk about tonight. So I'm going to pull some cards. Let's see where we go. I'm going to ask my spirit guides to help me be a good, clear, and open channel for the wisdom and information that wants to come through today. I'm going to ask your spirit guides to help me read you accurately to allow me to come closer. Alexis. Charlotta made this deck, huh? She's a person of many skills. Oh, Charlotta. I know. Source is the author. I'm going to ask that only wisdom and information in service of the highest good of the one who asks is allowed to be received, transmitted, expressed. And we give thanks for good wisdom already on its way to you today. Amen, and so it is. Woo! Okay. Yay! Hi, Allison. Okay, let's see. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, let's dive in with Michelle. Michelle Schweetup said, may I have a birthday reading? It was on the 19th. Happy birthday to you, by the way. And she said she'd love some guidance on her current path. So what's a good card for you for the year? Remember, these are cards to give you some guidance about how to reduce your stress. Feels very good to me today. So Michelle. It says make time for a vacation. If you're like me, that's not really possible right now, but let's go with it. Even if it's just in your mind, go on a vacation. Where have you been wanting to visit? What inspirational places have you seen in photographs? Go there in your mind and imagine what it would be like to be there. And let your senses experience this in as real a way as possible, and do this for 8 minutes. Travel, even imaginary, I believe this too, reduces the feeling of stress. So go on a vacation as often as you need. It costs you nothing. So then I'm going to, of course, offer you what I'm getting from Spirit too. So it's interesting because it could be travel. I feel like you need, the guides are saying a change of scene a little bit. And it could just be what you're thinking about, right? The scene in your mind is often a result of your thoughts. And so, yeah, they're talking about shifting your perspective. Now, travel can facilitate that, right? When we go someplace and see something different or get inspired, sometimes that prompts a shift in perspective. But this feels related. They're talking about an old dilemma or an old situation that is ready for resolution, and that once that happens, it's going to shift your perspective. So the spirit guides are coming at it from a slightly different direction than the cards. This feels like a year for you to heal something. It's ready. You know how sometimes we want to heal things and they're not ready to be healed, because it's so much about timing, at least in my experience. So that feels good for you for this year. It's going to make you feel like you're packing a little lighter once you do that. There's something that you're carrying around from whatever this situation is that's heavy for you. Okay, good to see you. Hi, Heather Browning. All right, Nicole Schurer said, I would appreciate my first reading. So much love and gratitude. And same back to you, Nicole. It's great to see you today. For Nicole. Let it out. Breathe in everything good and breathe out everything negative. With every breath out, breathe out something unnecessary. Negative thoughts, emotions, memories, whatever's weighing you down, let it out through your breath. And do this for 8 minutes. There's something about 8 minutes with this deck. I don't know what it is. I mean, 8 is a cycle, so maybe 8 minutes is a cycle. Breathing in generally calms the mind and body and relaxes the mind. Intentionally letting go of negativity with every breath out will allow you to feel lighter and even more powerful. You know how I always tell you there's a relationship between every duo of you, right? Nicole, you can probably see the relationship between your reading and the one right before you, right? About not carrying around stuff that's too heavy. Let me listen for a second. Hold on. There's pressure on you, was what the guides are saying. I feel like there's people that really rely on you. I mean, I guess it's true for all of us, but they're talking about this in particular with you. And that expectation feels heavy. I don't know how you know, some people carry that better than others. But not all of that is for you to carry. You know, do you need to be holding everything that you're holding right now? Sometimes, and I'll include myself in this, sometimes when I let go of stuff consciously, I feel guilty. I was always raised by my parents. One of my parents' big thing with us as kids was, don't make life harder for other people. You know, don't cause additional problems. Don't make an additional mess. Don't, you know what I mean? Like that our life in some way was to help make other people's lives easier. I always felt that. So I wonder if there's some of that energy around you. You know what I mean? Like, it's actually, you should not feel guilty about anything that you can do to make your life easier. Because ease, for me, is a birthright. And I don't mean that you never struggle, but I'm just saying not everything needs to be hard. You know what I mean? But I was raised like that. Like, if you didn't work for it, then you didn't really earn it, and you're not here to, you know, have it easy and all that stuff. I hope that's helpful for you. Okay. Morgan Fitzgerald is here. Happy birthday, darling. I'm so happy to see you. On the day of your birth, I'm very thankful for you. Grateful that you're here in our community and on this planet at this time. So let's do a birthday pull for Morgan. Morgan. Self-love. This is a great message for the year ahead. Because it all comes down to this, right? Practice positive affirmations about yourself throughout the day as, are you ready? And by the way, this is what the card says. I don't think I would actually say, look in the mirror and go, I am amazing. I've never said that to myself before. And I don't think I could do it with a straight face. Now, cheers to you if you can. I mean, hopefully you can, right? But I can't look in the mirror and go, I am amazing. And I'm a Leo, so if I can't do it. I am strong. I am healthy. I bake a great cake. Or I made someone smile today. I would encourage you to write your own affirmations, darling. Write these down somewhere you can see them to remind yourself of your positive attributes and thoughts. Self-love affirmations can be a powerful emotional healing tool. Let me tell you what the guides are saying. There comes a time when the next cycle requires the most amount of confidence that we can summon. And your confidence is important now. This next phase, this next cycle for you is going to be born of that confidence. Now, you always want to temper that confidence with humility, right? Like, you don't want to come in hot, but I do think that there's a little bit of like trusting your faith, trusting your gifts, trusting your process, trusting that what you have to offer is what's needed right now. And so I think mantra and affirmation might actually be really helpful for you. Reciting, I was saving a meme today to share in social, and it talks about abracadabra. Maybe I should share that with you guys tonight in Soul Shift, because the root of abracadabra from the Arabic is, I will create what I speak. That's literally what abracadabra, the original, the Arabic, means. I will create what I speak. So it's all of that is coming up today, and I think it's relevant for you. And I think on our birthday, our life force is enhanced, right? So, and you're in the full moon window. I just love the timing for you. You know, maybe today's the day to write those affirmations. And wouldn't it be nice if all of you would kind of take a little bit of Morgan's lead here and, you know, and write down some affirmations for yourself that you can start reciting. Again, I am amazing feels just icky to me. I'm not going to do that one. But I am capable. I am worthy. Like, those are great, you know? I will create what I speak. All right, let's see. Abadabadoo. I like that too. I hope that was helpful for you, Morgan. Okay. Janine says, I would love a reading. I want to know which direction to take my career. I have my own business that I want to expand. Should I get another job to pay the bills? I'm not going to answer you as Athena. I'm going to answer you as the person who is reading for you. Their advice is better than mine. Janine. It's an interesting card in response to a question. Think in, think out. This is another breathing exercise. Remember, this deck is about like how to reduce your stress. Relax your eyes, breathe with your diaphragm, sit up nice and straight. Slowly and intentionally regulate your breathing to a comfortable pace. And then every time you breathe in, be grateful for the air that fills your lungs. Every time you breathe out, give thanks for the oxygen that's circulating through your body, and do this for 8 minutes. Being thankful helps us to feel that we have enough. When we have enough, we don't seek anything else. And when we don't seek, we are at peace. Let me listen for a second. So I asked what you should do. And what the pendulum is saying is focus on manifesting what you need through your business. If it's possible, right? You have to get very clear about what you need in order to be able to just do your business. Now, if you need, we're in unprecedented times, and so if you need to do something in the interim to, make ends meet, I've been there, right? So I know how that goes, but I think it's worth putting the energy towards your business. Do you feel inspired? Do you know which direction you want to take it in? Because if not, today's a great day, right? This full moon in Libra, the last of it, could be a really big source of inspiration for you, I think, Okay, Valerie. I see you, Valerie. Valerie Costin, I would love a reading, please. Hi, Valerie. Yeah, Joseph's here. I got a little bird at TJ Maxx. I took Zoe to TJ Maxx Friday night. It looks like Joseph, so I'm going to paint him. A little wood bird. All right, Valerie. Chew your food. This is why I love these cards. Like, some part of it's so mundane, but there's always magic in the mundane, right? And mundane in the magic. So this card says, eat with intention. This is actually a big deal to me. Savor the food in your mouth and chew it well. This not only aids in digestion, but it grounds you in the present moment. Focus on the texture of the food. Is it sweet? Is it savory? Pretend you're a food critic. Intentionally chewing your food while eating will allow you to be more present. Being in the moment, any moment, can reduce stress. Just by doing this, you may be able to notice what kinds of food your body actually needs and is craving. I don't think your reading today is about food, Valerie. But it is interesting. There's always a connection. The guides are talking about, are you avoiding something? There's a little bit of avoidant energy in your field. The guides are talking about really sitting with what is and where you are right now. And that in some ways that's a little challenging. Because I feel like you have your eyes on something else, where you want to be and where you want to go. And we all do, right? Like, I don't think anybody is without goals or without direction or without desires. But there is some, what could be actually very physically healing medicine for you in mindfulness and presence. And figuring out what that looks like for your life. Because I feel like ultimately this could be something that they're talking about coaching. I don't know if you are coaching or want to be coaching, but that this could actually be something that you could share and support other people with too. It's really, really needed. I find that people this past year have been really grateful when I talk about some elements of kind of basic practice. But I think it's because life has been so extraordinarily complex that there's real comfort in basics in the foundation. Woo! Yeah, you gotta come into this moment, and then but while you're coming into this moment, because they keep talking about coaching, while you're coming into this moment, be mindful of your process, because that may be something that you could actually incorporate into something you offer to help other people at some point too, because they're talking about how you're a natural teacher. Yeah, are you a natural teacher? Not everybody is. I am, I believe. I've always wanted to teach since I was a little kid. I would set up my dolls and read to them and teach them things. And I mean, not anything interesting. Today I learned how to braid my hair. Now I'm going to teach you. Right? So I think some of us have just always been called to it. Okay. Let's see. I'm going back up in the feed. Okay. Jackie Robinson, please see me. Any guidance for me? So happy I made it today. I'm happy you made it too. I'll get to as many of you as I can. If I miss anybody, I will catch you next time for sure. Jackie. Okay. Observe your world. It says, practice being present and observing the world around you throughout your day. Notice the leaves changing colors, the sunrise or sunset, the shifting light in your office as the clouds come and go, and the taste, texture, and color of your meal. Try to stay off your phone or tablets in between meetings or appointments. Notice the things and people around you. Practicing this presence promotes continuous peace of mind. It's really, really true, isn't that? Are you happy, Jackie? It's funny, that's the question the guides are asking. Are you happy? And if your right away answer is no or I don't know, what would it take to get there? Like, could you draw it? If I was trying to make a recipe for your happiness, what ingredients would I put into that creation? If I was baking you a happy cake for Jackie. What would make you happy is a very complicated question. I feel like the last time I answered it truly authentically was before I had kids. Because for me, like the minute I had kids, none of this was just about my happiness. So I feel like I put it on the back burner for a long time. And I'm starting to now reconnect with what's just for me, you know? But the universe kind of wants you to answer that question. And what I'm getting intuitively for you is it impacts a lot of how they guide you and direct you and where they lead you. And all of that is driven to some extent by this question of happiness. Are you happy? I know happiness, by the way, is not the perpetual goal, right? I don't believe we're meant to be happy all the time. I don't. And I actually think that's a myth that's quite destructive to people. But I do think we're meant to feel pretty peaceful, you know? Okay. Let's see. Hi, Neetu. Yeah, I would love to. I think I pulled a stone for you for your birthday, but if I have time, I will do a card for you as well. I'm trying to kind of do a birthday reading for each person, so I may not be able to do both for you, but you can let me know. I thought I pulled a stone for you on your birthday, but I can't remember. If I didn't, I will pull a card for you for sure. Let's see. Let me dive to, let's see. Susan J. Hold on. Spirit's like, Susan J. I graduated from a very special yoga teacher training yesterday. Well, congratulations to you. That's huge. That's huge going through yoga teacher training, especially right now. She says, wondering what my guides have to tell me about what's next. I got the no pause card in December. I remember that for your birthday reading. Okay. Well, let's see. I don't think it's a no anymore. I don't have a no card in this deck, Susan, so let's see what's coming up. Yeah, I'm seeing that energy around that. Congratulations, by the way. That is a huge achievement. Susan. My spirit guides want me to go through 200-hour yoga teacher training. And I know I'm not ever meant to teach yoga. So I keep putting it off. Because I know I'm not going to teach it. So why go through it if I'm not going to teach it? Same card. This is interesting. Gratitude. Think in, think out. So remember this one? This is just from a couple pulls ago. Susan, breathe in with your diaphragm. I don't have to tell you this as the yoga teacher. Every time you breathe out, giving thanks for the oxygen that's circulating. Being thankful helps us feel that we have enough. When we have enough, we don't seek anything else. When we don't seek, we are at peace, right? I like that as a mantra because gratitude is really about appreciating what you have. Let me listen to what the guides are saying. If you ever wanted to open I don't know if it would be a studio. It doesn't feel like it. They're saying center. Are you opening a center? Let me just listen to what they're saying for a second. The pendulum is saying yes. They're saying you may say no. She's going to open a center. She might say no. I don't think it's right now, but I think that that's kind of where they're nudging you. Does that make sense? It's more, it is not just a yoga studio. It is a center. There's other things going on. I see you selling things, like clothes. You gonna sell clothes? This is something you could manage more than do, which the guides are saying would allow you to focus on what you really want to be doing. I don't feel like your ultimate goal is to be a yoga teacher. I think you had to go through this process to open this thing you're going to do, and the pendulum is going. So you needed to have that. It's not to say you won't teach. I mean, maybe you will, but I don't see you as like a full-time yoga teacher. I do see you as a center owner. I can see the place. It's cute. It's older. It looks like a place you might need to renovate, but it's very sweet and beautiful. There's a lot of light. I mean, they're showing me all kinds of details about this. They're showing me like, it almost looks like linen curtains, and there's wind blowing through a window, and there's people sitting in a circle. I could go on and on and on. I mean, they're showing me all kinds of stuff. So anyway, think about what you would want to do. You know? Yeah, take it in. See, try it on like a outfit in a shop. You don't have to buy it. Just try it on and see if it fits, you know? Yeah. Okay, let's see where I'm going now. Eva. Eva Davella. Hold on. Come back here, Eva. Hi, Eva. She's like, how about me? How about you? Hi. Nice to see you. For Eva, Eva, Eva. Your name reminds me, I don't want to get too distracted, but you guys might actually find this interesting. So when I was in graduate school, I took half of my graduate seminars in French, and I took half of my graduate seminars in Spanish, because I have a master's degree in comparative literature, and you had to show fluency in 2 languages other than English, and my 2 languages of fluency are, or were at the time, French and Spanish. So I was there was a professor who had come as a professor in residence, and he was an expert in the literature of Jorge Luis Borges. And Borges was a magician, and Borges had a theory that people whose name is like Eva, where the letters go E-V-A, and then in their last name it goes A-V-E. Do you know what I'm saying? Where you have 2 to 3, he preferred 4, but where you have at least 3 letters that go in one direction and then in the last name that go in the other direction, he claimed that was a sign of magic and massive intelligence and like intention, and he had an obsession with people's name. So anyway, Eva Davella, Jorge Luis Borges would say that your name is magic. And it's so funny, I haven't thought about that since I was in graduate school, which was 20 years ago. So that was kind of fun. It says, remember the things that you're good at. Make a list of all the things that you are good at. If you need help, ask people close to you what they feel are your best characteristics. It's a fun exercise. I'm always scared to ask people that. Like, what if they say something really weird that freaks me out? Ask people what talents they believe you possess. The range of good things will start pouring in. Wouldn't that be fun to do in our soul shift group? Like, hey, what do you think my gifts are? And if people don't know you, they could, give you their intuitive 2 cents. Being grateful helps our body react in a positive way. And so as your list comes to a close, be amazed and grateful for all the things you've become proficient in. You've acquired many skills over your lifetime. Be thankful for them. Yeah. Okay, so... and here's where the spirits are going with it. You're not using all your gifts, are you? There's at least one gift you have that you have not maximized yet, and it's the work of a decade, it feels like. You have a lot of untapped potential. The thing they're talking about might be in your blind spot. There's sometimes we have gifts and skills and things that like we can't even see, but I think you know of this one, and you know that it's time. And I don't know if it's a bravery thing, a courage thing, I don't know if it's about you really believing that it's worthwhile to pursue, but the spirit guides are saying now is the time, and you're ready. And you may not have been ready before. We grow into our gifts, right? Post in the group and let people read your gifts, right? Oh, thanks, you guys. I really appreciate it. All right, Nathan's here. Hi, Nathan. Says, would love a card. My energy's all over the place, and I'm sitting here wondering what's up. Well, full moon in Libra can leave you a little shaken, rattled, and rolled. You know what I mean? It can feel like... I enjoy it, but I'm Libra rising, so it's in my chart. So let's see, Nathan, what's going on. Nathan. Okay. Same as Morgan's card earlier. Interesting. Self-love affirmations. Once again, I'm not a huge advocate of, I am amazing, because that feels weird. But it does say that you should practice some affirmations throughout the day. What I'm getting for you is you might try a nice grounding affirmation to ground some of this high-level air energy that's floating around because of that full moon, right? So because it's, if Libra energy, if air energy is not natal to you, then it can feel a little wonky. It can feel a little disconcerting. So maybe some affirmations, not so much about self-love, feels like, although you can always do that, but you could also do some affirmations for I am grounded, I'm tethered, I'm centered, I'm aligned, I'm balanced, I'm at peace, right? I'm rooted, I'm anchored, I'm settled, I'm stable, I'm connected. All of those feel really good for you for today. And then just let that energy drop down into those lower chakras. Like the pendulum is going wild, so this has to be right for you. Like just really feel it, like each time you say it, dropping it down further into the pelvis, feeling your hips really connect with the floor, right? All those things will be very helpful for you today. I can feel you settling as I'm telling this to you, so hopefully you're receiving that at the same time. Yeah. Okay, Zoe. She says, can I please have a reading? I'm procrastinating. Hi, Zoe. Of course, Zoe. Let's see what's coming up for you. It's good to see you. You're procrastinating. That's okay. Sometimes we procrastinate because the timing's not right. It's not always a limitation, right? The power of touch. Touch is a primal desire. It's a desire for connection. Touch allows us to feel connected to others. The more you're able to physically touch people you love, the more you'll feel connected to this world. And if we cannot be physical in our touch, then of course we can use our words to touch others. Warm words and words of encouragement allow us to touch other people with our speech. Positive words reduce stress, just like physical touch. Let me just listen for a second. There is a timing to all things. Whatever it is you're procrastinating on, I was saying this to you earlier, but the guides are kind of affirming this. There might be a reason that you are procrastinating or hesitating. There is someone in your life who needs more of your time and more of your attention and more of your connection. And the guides are saying that you know who this is and what that needs to look like. So I think you would be well advised to put some energy and some attention in that direction. But I don't think that's what you're procrastinating on. But yeah, pay attention, right? When we feel stimulated or directed to do something and we feel like we want to move forward on it with, quickly, it's usually because there's energy around it for that, right? So trust that too. When you feel ready to go, you're ready to go, right? Let's see. All right, Jennifer Anderson. She said, please, a reading for me. You're very grateful, darling. You're very welcome. Jennifer. There's quite a few of you that Spirit's trying to get me to notice, so bear with me. I still have about, 25 minutes with you, so I'll get to as many as I can. Jennifer. Lower abdomen breathing. We tend to breathe with our lungs and chest. But this way of breathing doesn't allow a full breath of air into our bodies. Put your hands on your chest and breathe with your lungs. Now put your hand on your lower abdomen and breathe in with your diaphragm, right? Like really filling up and then exhaling. Notice the difference. Now breathe with your diaphragm. If you feel any tightness, relax more into each breath. Deep breathing relaxes the body, increases oxygen, and relaxes the mind. I don't think your reading is about breathing, but I think this is a reminder. There is a lot of general tension in the field, and I don't mean the soul shift field per se, I mean the human field. There's a lot of tension in the field right now, a lot of unresolved energies. There's a little hummingbird right outside. And if you're sensitive like us, right, like we are, you're going to be picking up on a lot of this. So a lot of us have to work really diligently on filtration. I haven't let go of my shungite plate in the last 30 days. Normally I put last month's tools away and focus on this month's tools, but I've continued to work with shungite because I need so much filtering energy right now. So I'm feeling this for you too, Jennifer. Um, the guides are saying it's really time to let go. And it's funny because this came up earlier too for someone else. It's really time to let go um, of an energy that's been, again, with you. They're saying 5-10. This is something that happened between what would this be? 2011 and 20, is that right? 2017? 2016? Yeah. In that window, there's something there that needs to be released. It's related to a person. It's almost like the other person in the situation has moved on a little bit, but you've got some residual energy there. Sometimes you carry this in your solar plexus. I don't know if that resonates with you. So intentionally opening up that diaphragm and really breathing with your belly will help you kind of dislodge some of that energy that might feel stuck. I don't know if this has affected your digestion at all. Guys are saying it may have. So I hope that's helpful for you. Okay. Hi, Anna Maria. Nice to see you. Yeah. Shungite's good right now. Onyx is real good right now. Obsidian is very good right now. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Alexa says she's using hers too. Let's see. Let's see. Danielle Isla says, having a lot of energy shifting in my house recently. Would love some spirit insight. This will be my first reading. Hi, Danielle. It's great to see you today. Yeah, a lot is shifting around you. Some of it's really good, yeah? Some of this is good. It was time. Write a love letter. To yourself. Just like you would if you were writing a love note to your sweetheart. Be generous with your compliments. See yourself the way a crush would see you. When we invite love into our lives, there's no room for fear. Writing a letter of love to yourself will help push away any fears or doubts that may be haunting you. It's funny, I felt my spirit guides urging me to do that a couple of days ago, so maybe I'm supposed to do it too. So Danielle. Well, you're getting cleaner and clearer and more organized. I mean, this is good. Maybe that's what the guys were showing me. Because all this is leading in a good direction. I feel like there's nice, clear, open energy around you. It's shifting, but it's important. Some part of you intended this too. I get, they're saying certain parts are not easy. I understand that too. It is important for you to be gentle with yourself right now while you go through change, because even change that's good and that it's going to lead to a good outcome and that's going to result in clearing and all of that can still register in the body as stress. Yeah. But I know, I've been there too. Well, when my guides were urging me to do it, I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. But then you sit down to do something like that and it's like not as easy as it seems, right? We're much better at critiquing ourselves. So, but I have a good feeling about this transitional phase that you're in. I really do. That was a different Danielle Cordano. Thank you for asking, though. That was Danielle Isla. Yeah, when I see those of you with multiple with the same name, I try to say the last name too, so you aren't confused. Let's see. All right, Brandy Chamley. Yesterday's full moon was the last day of my relationship. What's next? Oh, Brady. That's a big portal, isn't it? I sense some fear around you. It's going to be okay. Like a little bit, like, you know that, it's not fear, but it's like almost like butterflies, you know? Change is always like that. You know, I'm a double fire sign and I love when things change, but even so, in the middle of it, I'm always like, oh, I don't know if this is what I had in mind. You know? So the card says, travel to your peaceful place. and this is for Brady. It says, "You don't have to jump on an airplane to experience a place of personal power and tranquility. Instead, close your eyes and relax your body. Imagine a place you feel connected to that gives you a sense of peace and or power. Often this is a place in nature that you've enjoyed and may know very well. Rest here for a while and pay attention to each sense. Is the wind blowing your hair? Do you smell sweet grass or the soft damp earth or sand? And what do you see? Pay attention to these details as you continue to practice. Your place may become more and more vivid. Traveling to your peaceful place can help you relax your body and your mind." This let me just tell you what I'm seeing. There's a lot coming through. The guides are saying that this was sort of, in some ways, kind of a long time coming. So it's almost like you may move forward rather quickly. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Sometimes people are judgmental when people move from one relationship to the next, but I don't know how long it's going to take you to move forward, because I think I don't sense that this was something you didn't see coming. So, and there are other relationships on the horizon for you. So it's really a choice of how long you want to wait. Is there somebody you're already kind of connected to? That could be a possibility as well. So this is about you making peace within you more than anything, right? But for the relationship to end on a full moon is interesting. And Libra seeks harmony and balance, right? So this would be actually a perfect full moon, right? Aw, thank you for that, EA. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's right. Let's see. Pat Forbes, my employees are so overstressed. What can I do to help them? Yeah, it's the eternal question, right? Let's see what's coming up from the cards, Pat. Pat. Honestly, Pat, part of me can't believe I actually pulled this card. You ready? Take a rest in the restroom. If I told my employees to do that, I think they would tell me to take a rest in the restroom. Oh, you're stressed out? Please enjoy the rest room. Relax or meditate in the restroom. Everyone needs numerous breaks to use the restroom throughout the day, so why not make them part of your stress-less routine? Clear your mind of negative thoughts. You know what the guides are saying? I mean, I'm laughing about this. This is actually something of an actual suggestion. Is it possible for you to create, no, not in the bathroom. That just creeps me out. Like, I don't want to walk into a bathroom and see somebody sitting on the floor, like meditating. I don't know. For me, I want to keep all that separate. You know what I mean? Like, or someone's meditating and you're going to go pee. Like, that's weird. Hi, I'm just here to pee. Just be a minute. But is it possible for you to set up a little mindfulness area? We have a little space at SG. I did like an indigo velvet, so it's like kind of like we had a mom who was nursing or pumping at work, so we kind of set up a very private space for her and kind of made it luxurious with velvet and stuff. But it was just kind of like velvet on like bars with a kind of a ceiling, so it was almost like a tent. But we were thinking about leaving it as kind of like a little, I don't know if you need a minute, right? But you don't want to go to the bathroom, but you want some privacy, right? Like a little, like a real rest nook. Like a calm down corner, Melissa's saying, for her 8-year-old. That might be really nice. You know what I mean? Just to create a little... Have you been thinking of doing a meditation? Maybe this is just the invitation that you need, to kind of just start thinking about it. And like I said, I have found that if you have the intention to set up a space like that, it does not have to be fancy or expensive or anything. It can be very, very simple, It's kind of a cool little space, right? I found the neatest velvet when we were looking. I went to Joann and they just had, it was in the discount aisle. I guess people didn't like it, but it's really, really pretty. It's like a navy blue really thick velvet so you can't see through, and it had like a gold kind of a scroll pattern on it. Super, super pretty. So I'm glad that came up. That was pretty neat. It's true. Well, hopefully by the time our building is done, I'll have multiple cool spots for you guys to go hang out in, Alexis. Let's see. Sissy says, it's been a while since I really can't have a clear reading for myself. I understand. She says, I hope you might help me reconnect with my guides and intuition. I love you. I love you too. All right, Sissy, let's see what's going on for you today. Sissy, Sissy, Sissy. I like this. Back to basics. The best things in life are free. When the world becomes too overwhelming, leave it all behind. Get back to basics. Escape within yourself. Pretend nothing else exists except you. What part of your body feels the safest and the calmest right now? Center yourself there. Let everything else fall away and remain in that state for 8 minutes. Give time to yourself instead of everything else, which will allow you to recharge and reconnect with your energy and your power. And this will give you the gift of harmony. There is a lot of clutter in your field, and it happens to me too. I mean, I'm sure you can imagine what my energy field can be like sometimes, especially when I'm busy and I'm not, purifying enough. If I forget my salt bath for even one day, if I don't do purification, if I don't burn the herbs, if I don't close my eyes for at least 5 minutes a day and plug in, you know what I mean? Like on days when I'm just busy and going and I forget to do those things, God, the difference is massive. And these are tiny things, but they really need to become part of a daily commitment and a practice. So make sure you're doing all of the basic things that you need to do to protect your energy field. And like I said, I really love it when my teachers remind me of these things. But you need to do one or multiple of those things every single day. It is so important. And I was telling you guys the other day about how we've made these house rules for the kids. And one of them is that you can't take all your thoughts to bed with you. You have to put them in a bag and put them outside your door. You can't take them with you, because otherwise they have a hard time falling asleep. I'm trying to teach them how to unhook from all of that early, right? Yeah, it's very, very true. Lynn Silva says, I so want a card reading from you someday. Well, how about now? Hi, Lynn. Lynn. Let's see what's going on in Lynn's field today. Lengthen your day. Sounds like a magic trick, but it's not. Center yourself in this moment. Now widen that moment from your chest to your fingertips. Next, start to feel the moment expand from your fingertips to the borders of the room that you're in. Feel time slow down as you lengthen time even more to the outside of the building you're in, to the city limits. From the city, go farther. Push time to slow until you feel like it is infinite in this moment. Did you feel that? There are times when we feel stressed because we feel like there isn't enough time. When we take time to make time, time doesn't become a factor anymore. The more time we have, the less stressed we are. Do you ever play with time? I believe in a multidimensional universe, so I do believe time is a construct, which means we can play with it. If it's not real, then that means with our minds, thoughts, and intentions that we can change our experience of time. Sometimes when I'm running out of time, I will literally look at the clock and say, Spirit, slow it down. Make this next minute last for 4 minutes, please. And I will literally imagine pushing out, right, the space that I'm in. I love this though. From my room to the city, from the city to the county, from the county to the state, from the state to the, you know what I mean? And just really feeling the expansiveness of that. This feels really important for you, Lynn, because of, and it's similar to the reading I did right before you too. There's a lot of energy around you, and it feels tight. And I feel like I can feel it almost compacted in my chest, like between my heart chakra and my solar plexus. When I'm in your field, it feels a little dense. So you want to, all this diaphragmatic breathing that we've been talking about today, and really expanding and slowing time. And this is all about creating spaciousness around you so that you feel a deeper experience of peace. So I'm really glad that you asked for a reading, because I think that card is a healer. I felt that, you know? Yeah, I love that. Marita says you can ask Metatron. He's the archangel of time. You can also call upon Kronos. Kronos is the god of time in the Greek pantheon. Chronology, Kronos. Yep, these are good guides and allies for you. Okay, we have time for a few more. Let me see. Christina. Is it Becherer? I want to make sure or is it Becherer? Hi, Christina. She said, I would really love my first ever reading. I really need spiritual guidance. Let's see what's going on with you. And then there's someone else the guides wanted me to get to, so let me see where I can get next. Christina. What if you could fly? Now we're not playing with time, we're playing with space. We're pushing all our dimensional boundaries today. I'm here for it. What if you had the ability to fly? Let the wind take you high and the sun shine on your face. Above the world, look down on where you once were and begin to understand where you were from a different perspective and be free of it all, gliding high in the sky. Stress can make you feel stuck in any situation, and feeling stuck can block other perspectives. Don't allow yourself to be caged in a small box. By letting your mind float away, you give yourself the freedom to rest and receive new ideas about your situation. And once the mind is calm, the answers become clear. Yep. They're showing me a hawk. This is an interesting metaphor, because I feel like this is the key to clarity for you. Have you been asking for clarity? That's what the guides are saying. This is the pathway to clarity, right? And I've taught this principle many times. When I was a coach, I used to use for people with similar type of energy to yours, I used to use the metaphor of a dance floor and the balcony, right? When you're on the dance floor of your life, in the middle of all of the relationships and the dynamics and everything, it's very hard to see what's going on, because you can really only see the person next to you, but you can't see the choreography of everything, right? So you make assumptions because you don't really know, well, why is she doing that, or why did he say that, or because you don't have perspective. And when you leave the dance floor and go up on the balcony, and then you look down on the dancers, now you can see, well, she's doing that to him, and this is why he's doing that, because he can't see, you start to get more of a macro perspective, which a lot of times is more nuanced, so you kind of really understand not just the players, but the dynamics between them. Does that make sense? So as a coach, I used to say, gosh, you got to get off the dance floor of your life and go to the balcony. And I think this is what's coming up for you, Christina, it's almost like you're too close to the situations and questions that are on your heart. So if you can find a way to just get more of that 30,000 foot view, that balcony view, then you'll get yourself out of the dynamics, or out of the relationship and into the dynamics of it. It'll be very helpful for you. Okay, let me see. Yeah, hawk medicine's always good, right, Judith? Yeah. If I can't find the person I'm looking for today, I will do my best to get to you. And just guide me, Spirit. Who was it that you wanted me to look for? Hold on. I feel like I'm close to you. I may not be able to find the person, so Spirit, just guide me back. If not today, it'll be another time. All right. It says you have readings soon too. Wednesday, is that what you mean? Yeah, we have readings on Wednesday too. Let's see. Heidi Kelly, hold on. PTSD and anxiety hit me hard last night. My son is extremely mad at me. Could you please see what Spirit has to say? Let me see what's going on here, Heidi. Heidi. It says, crack a routine. We all like established routes that are familiar and efficient. The problem is we get caught up in the same cycle when we reduce our ability to bring new things into our lives that we can learn from. So crack a routine today. It could be something as simple as how you make breakfast or get ready for work. If you want to take it up a notch, try talking to people with whom you rarely engage and see if you can cultivate a new relationship. Changing your routine helps bring new wonders into your life and integrate new perspectives that allow us to learn and grow. The guides are so interesting how they come at these questions that you're asking. What would you normally do right now? I mean, you know your son well, right? I know my kids well. We get into patterns, right? What would you normally do right now? And then do something different. That's what the guides are telling me through this card for you. Your son doesn't want this conflict, whatever it is, so I don't know if that helps you to hear it, but that's what I feel from the guides, is I don't think your son really wants this conflict with you. But try resolving it in a new way, because I think that's what I'm getting is if you come at this the way that you tend to resolve things. Like with my kids, I have certain ways that I resolve things, because the way I experience conflict with my kids is very different from the way Dave experiences conflict with my kids. We tend to have a little bit less conflict, but we get into these kind of rigid patterns, right? So try a different response pattern with him, which will trigger in him a different reaction too. It's interesting because this is all how we respond to trauma, especially PTSD and anxiety, is it really takes us to our original wounding, right? So when we come from that original wounding or wounded place, then we're not really putting into practice all of our learning, right? We're not engaging the integrated skills that we've been developing. So, yeah, so don't get stuck in your routines. Try something different. It's amazing what it'll do for your metabolism when you eat a different food. You know what I mean? Like, if you eat the same food every day, or like my mom's a hairdresser and I learned from her, you can't use the same shampoo and conditioner. Your hair gets too accustomed to it, and all of a sudden if you change your shampoo and conditioner, you're like, oh my god, my hair looks so much better. Well, yeah, you can't use the same one every time, right? So yeah. And kids, those of you who don't have kids may not know this, kids can be absolutely shitty. They really can. I mean, my kids are good because when they do, they're teenagers, right? So when they do teenagery stuff, and then but my kids are good. They'll come back and go, I know I shouldn't have said that to you, or I shouldn't have said it like that, or I'm sorry. Like, they'll do it on their own. But man, kids can hurt you, man, because the love is so big, right? And like that pain, right in the heart is where it gets you. You have a Sagittarius? Oh, man. Okay, let me see. Hold on. All right, Melissa's here. Hi, Melissa. It's great to see you. She said, I would love a card, please. It's been a stressful month, constantly on the go. Her friend passed suddenly on the 13th. And I am so sorry for your loss. Sudden loss is so hard. I'm almost a month into mine, and I'm still reeling from it. So she needs some guidance. Let's see what's going on for you, Melissa. The guys are saying a lot of the things that we've been talking about today would be helpful for you. So hopefully some of the wisdom and guidance that's come up, some of these techniques would be really good for you to incorporate too. Your card is the astronaut card. Let's go to space. It says, imagine that you are an astronaut floating in space. Let yourself be taken away by the view of the Earth from so high above. Imagine the curvature of the Earth as it rotates in space. Now look for where your home would be from above the atmosphere and notice how tiny it is. Notice how tiny the Earth is compared to the entire cosmos. When you look at your situation from this perspective, you may begin to understand how tiny your problems are compared to everything else, and this will help you overcome your problems and feel less stressed. My way of doing this, again, when I was a coach, is, and I've taught you this before, right? 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 months. That's my rule. When people used to come to me and I was a coach and they would be all worked up about stuff, I would tell them I will allow them to stay stressed about something if it is going to matter to them 7 days from now, 7 weeks from now, 7 months from now. And especially if they say yes 7 years from now, it will still matter. But if they say 7 months from now, I don't know that this thing is going to feel exactly the way it does today, then it's like, okay, so let's move to how you will feel at 7 months from now, and let's work our way back. So I think that's what I'm getting from Spirit for you, Melissa, because again, not unlike some other people that I read for today, when I lean into your energy field, I feel like this. Like I feel like there's stuff on my shoulders, like I feel my posture kind of change. So we have to, that whole exercise about pushing out time, slowing down time, pushing past the walls of your house, out to the border of your city and out to the state line and stuff, and really creating some spaciousness for yourself, especially while you grieve, right? Because grief takes up physical space. I'm sure you realize this. Grief, the experience of grief, is like moving 50 pieces of furniture into your home. Big, bulky pieces of furniture. I mean, it literally, it's like a heaviness. It's like, here's 40 new couches that you somehow have to pack into your house. It literally feels like that. So it's sometimes just creating this energetic space will allow you to breathe. Spaciousness is a perceptual experience, right? You either feel spaciousness or you don't. And even if you're in a tight, cramped space, you can experience spaciousness mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So try that exercise, whether it's the 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 month thing, or visualizing yourself from space so you can see how small this moment is, right? Yeah. It's true, Tanya. It's really true. We do. We hurt the people we love the most because we feel safe, right? So we feel like we can show those people all of our everything, right? But we still need to be tender with the ones that we love. Yeah, I see you, Melissa, so this could be helpful for you. Whew, okay, so we are at 3:10, so I'm going to do one card pull for the collective. Is that okay? I know we're a little bit over time. And then we start class at 4 o'clock. I'm really excited. We're going to be working with our chalice tonight. I charged some water overnight under that big, beautiful full moon, so I'm going to be incorporating that into my chalice. So before class tonight, please feel free to pour yourself a glass of anything that you would like. I'm going to go downstairs and make an infusion, basically. I'm going to do some moon water, maybe with some fresh fruit in it, and we're going to have a ceremony tonight. So if you don't have the chalice from the kit, you can just go and grab something pretty from your kitchen. It could be a little teacup that you love, or and make yourself something beautiful to sip with me tonight for our ceremony. I know. All right, you guys, are you ready? So this reading is for you. This reading is for you. If you're here, whether I read for you or not, this card is also for you. So this is for everybody who's here. Soul shift, soul shift, soul shift. Everybody who's here now, everyone who will be here later. This is a card for the collective to guide us through this final week of March together. Soul shift, soul shift, soul shift. I'm so glad this is our card, because for me this was the most impactful card of today's readings. I don't know about you, but like this is the one that I'm going to be sitting thinking about later, you know, at the end of my day. It's the play with time card. Lengthen your day. You know? Sounds like a magic trick, but it's not. Center yourself in this moment. Now widen this moment from your chest to your fingertips. Now start to feel the moment expand from your fingertips to the border of the room that you're in. Feel time slow down as you lengthen time even more to the outside of the building that you're in and to the city limits, and from the city to the county. Push time to slow until you feel like it's infinite in this moment, right? There are times when we feel stressed because we feel like there isn't enough time. When we take time to make time, time doesn't become a factor anymore. The more time we have, the less stressed we are. Yeah, that was the collective card. So slow it down. Start to learn your capacity to experience your life in a different way is really powerful. The main thing is people don't realize that they have these abilities. They don't realize the power of their mind, the power of their thoughts, the power of their intention, right? I will create what I speak, abracadabra, right? The more you start to realize that that's alchemy, because the true alchemy is something that doesn't require any tools, right? Doesn't require a petri dish or the element of fire or anything in your hands. That the true alchemy is learning how to manage energy without any of those things, right? That's real magic. Yeah, I feel like time is going by quickly too, although there's times where it goes by really slow. But the more you can learn to control that, and I'm telling you, it's real. Start playing with it if you haven't already. Yeah, did you like today? I thought it was really great too. So this is called the Namaste deck. There's no author listed, which is just the craziest little thing I've ever seen in my whole life. I've literally turned the deck over and there's no author. It says Fun Tribe Crew. It's by the Fun Tribe Crew. Which sounds like a cool band name, maybe. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed those. So I want to give thanks to my spirit guides and to yours. And give thanks for wisdom that continues to flow through after today. Pay attention to your dreams as always. Yeah, you'll be fine. So yeah, so these are the tools for today. And then bring what you have, but do pour yourself something lovely. I have a water ceremony, a chalice ceremony that we're going to do together. So cheers, and I'll see you guys in about 45 minutes. Thanks for being here today. It was a joy to read for you. Reading for you is one of my favorite things that I do in my entire work life. I look forward to it all day long. I'm so excited to get to read for you again on Wednesday. Wednesday's class, just please note the schedule, is early because it's my son's actual birthday, and we can actually go and have dinner at my parents' house without masks now because everybody's in the process of being vaccinated. I've had my first vaccination. My parents have had both of their vaccinations, thank God. So readings are gonna be from 12 to 1, I'm pretty sure, and then I'm pretty sure that class is from 2 to 4. Double check me on this, Alexis. And then right after that, I'm going to scoop up Nick and take everybody over to my parents' house for the evening so we can have dinner together. So normally class is not that early, but I wanted to spend as much time with Nick as I can on his actual proper birthday. So cheers, and I will see you